Well, howdy everybody out there, my new YouTube friends. This is my first introduction, my first video, and I'm trying to build my channel. Let me start by saying my name's Christian, and I am a prepper, I am a hunter, and I'm a survivalist, and I'm hoping to be an RVer. So these are my demographic people that I am hoping to reach to, and anybody who wants to watch my channel. I'm very new to this. My first video, I'm learning everything as I go along, and I'm trying to do everything I can to start. I want to tell you about myself, and so you can get an idea of my background and understand who I am and where I kind of started this all from. And let me start by saying 10 years ago I got into being a prepper, and I started seeing everything that was going on within our great country, and to the understanding of the military aspect and to natural disasters that are happening, I felt personally myself something major was coming. And I still believe something major is coming. And the people are just not ready. You know, and with what little time that I figure that's left, 10 years ago I thought, I wanted to get an RV. I wanted to do what I can to be self-sufficient and to be able to be mobile and to go off-grid. And 10 years ago, I started to do this. I was working my own business, started to save up, had an idea of what I wanted to do. I had a goal that I wanted to accomplish. And like anything else, nothing goes according to plan. And at the point of where I was doing okay, things happen. And for lack of continual work, I had to close my business down. I was a general contractor, and literally the last job I went to, it was an older lady. She interviewed over 100 of us for a simple roofing job. And with that many people within a small area competing, there was just no more work. So I closed my business down, and I had some savings that I figured I can get by a little bit until I can find work. And I was going to worry about it, when the summer came or early spring. And sure enough, a couple months down the road, I was hit by a car. And through my injuries and through my situation, I ended up having to use that money to pay off my bills, pay off my debt. And within that time, I became homeless. I was struggling. I had to sell everything. And while I was waiting for the lawsuit, everything else happened. I became homeless and to the point of where I ended up in a tent. So 7 years ago, I ended up homeless. I ended up in a tent, as I keep iterating. Bear with me, this is all new and I've never done a video before. And the first half of the lawsuit that I had gotten paid off all my stuff. And I was like, okay, wasn't as much as I want, but it was able enough to pay off my debt. And I figured, okay, the second part will be all in my pocket, minus lawyer fees. And within that period of time, waiting, and right before I was going to go to court to find out what was going on, my father was dropped in my lap, and he became homeless. and his bridges were burnt. He couldn't go back to what he knew, and dealing with everything I was going through, now I had to deal with the added stress of how do I take care of somebody else with no help from anybody, and trying to just deal with an overwhelming amount of stress and everything else that comes along with it, being trapped. I ended up doing the best I can as a son, trying to help family and trying to help friends when I can, trying to be the best person I know how to be. And it's still hard. What little money my father gets is not enough to sustain himself. He can't get a rent because he doesn't make enough. His disability is very little. What he gets, he's able to pay for his insurance, his cell phone, a little bit of food, and not much else of anything else. So right now, my hopes and my dreams is if I can get him an RV along with myself, that should be able to be enough for him to survive, for him to have a roof over his head and not have to have the struggles I've been dealing with for the last 7 years. This winter almost killed him, physically, mentally, emotionally, and I've come down to the breaking point of how do I get ahead and be able to do everything I want to do. I've had dreams, I've had hopes, and having to worry about somebody else is not going to allow me to do what I need to do. So through talking to people and everything else, I had a friend of mine suggest to me, do a GoFundMe page, and put it out there. And most people do it through Facebook. Well, I'm not that familiar with Facebook, and I've had problems with Facebook, and everybody knows if somebody doesn't like you or you say the wrong thing, Facebook ends up deleting you completely. There's no way to fix it, and it's attached to emails. So instead of doing 100 different emails, kept trying to get back on it, I said, you know what, I'll leave that in the back burner. I don't like Facebook. It's nothing but drama. It's nothing but problems. But in order to do a GoFundMe page, you need something that you can put out there. Well, Facebook is not me. I'm not a very well-liked person because of the type of person I am. I'm only, associated with certain types of people. I like my hunters. I like RVers. I like survivalists. And that's a very small knit of people. I'm not a people person, but I get along with everybody. I'm a likable person, but I'm not somebody who puts myself out there normally. And by doing a video as my first introduction, I'm putting myself out there. So I'm trying to get myself out of my little comfort zone. So I hope the people in the YouTube world can bear with me and have an understanding to who I am and what I'm trying to do, and maybe help me and guide me along my journey. This is my first introduction, and I'm trying to do the best I can. So I made a GoFundMe page, and I think this would be the best demographic way to hit audiences that might be able to help me out. My goal that I re-advised in trying to be a little bit more realistic, I put to $150,000. My father has a truck. He just needs a big enough trailer for him. So I want to say anything less than 30 feet would be good. Even if I can get somebody to donate, a trailer or an a travel trailer or an RV that he can live in and be able to shower and cook and have a roof over his head, and for him to be mobile because of what I know what's coming. I think it's something that he needs and is realistically enough for him to survive with what he gets. For myself, I need a truck. I need preferably a travel trailer, because I want to be able to have a wife, and that, of course, and I'm still young enough where I want kids. So I'm trying to think of the future and what I need. So if I can get enough money to get the right trailer, then I can accomplish my goals. And many of you people may say, okay, well, even if you get the help, how are you going to continue to support yourself? And a lot of people do online things, do videos. I don't know if that's me yet because everything's new. However, I do have a business plan that I've thought of and I've been thinking about for years. And part of that is, I've come up with designs and survivalist and prepper gear that I can have made, but I need funding for that too. Along with getting patents and everything else. Once I am able to establish that aspect of it, then I can sell that on my own. I can sell a patent to a company like Cabela's, and I can make upfront money. So that's my plan there to keep sustainability. And if I'm able to do my own online store, then I can be mobile and do it from anywhere that I'm going to be. So I want to incorporate an RV travel trailer within my functionality of my overall goals. And so my GoFundMe page is something that I'm hoping will help, and I can have enough YouTube people out there that might be able to see fit to help me in being able to gain what I need. And my GoFundMe page name is To Live a Simple, Safe Life. And I just want to get enough money, to get the things I need for not only myself, but so I don't have to worry about my father. Because I am a family-orientated man. And he's getting on in age, and there's just not that much help for the elderly folks anymore who didn't live a good life. And thought ahead and planned ahead. He was just one of those guys that lived day by day and didn't really think of the future. And he woke up one day going, I'm old. There's very limit to what I can do. His disability only allows him to do so much. And with what he gets, he's limited to what he can do. And being who I am and the man that I became, I think an RV would be the best thing for him, and he would be able to be mobile. And he can get the things he needs, food, gas, with what little he has. So I'm hoping, and I'm praying that I can get 2 RVs and a truck somewhere. And I'm not saying it has to be brand new, top of the line, but enough money to get a decent, no problems, piping runs, piping works, water works, it runs as a vehicle, there's no leaks, that I can do something with. And if I'm able to find the right companion, the right partner that I'm compatible with, who wants the same life, who could possibly live off grid somewhere, which is the end goal. That would be even better, but I gotta kind of plan ahead. I gotta have that aspect built into everything that I'm doing. Because without that, you're going to get something and then you're going to go later on, well, how do I get something bigger or better? How do I incorporate everything? Well, I kind of put that into the now, and I'm hoping to incorporate everything that could be added to later within the same confines of what I need to do. So I don't know what else to really say other than I hope you guys can help me. I hope I can get people out there that'll help fund my GoFundMe page, and I can start getting the things I need to, other than using my phone, which I'm using right now, to do a video. I can get a camera. I can do this and I can do that, and I can start doing vlogs and whatever else that is required to do a page like this, and I'm able to have the opportunity to do more videos. So as my introduction, my name is Christian. Live free, live good spirit, and God bless everybody. And I hope that the people and God can bless me for once, so I can get out of my rut and I can do what needs to for myself, for my family, and for my friends. Thank you.